Hey guys, what's up? As you may know, I've been cycling from Netherlands to Namibia over the past year, covering 20,000 kilometers and 22 countries. So now that I've been forced to quit due to the coronavirus, it's time to take a look at the top 10 places I've been at. So let's start. The amazing Portugal has the honor to kick off this list. This country is rich in a lot of things, such as a unique culture, awesome beaches, romantic buildings, and above all, the Portuguese hospitality. More and more people seem to discover Portugal as a travel destination, as the amount of tourists have been doubled in the last 15 years. And that's why I want to point out the Viseu region, relatively unknown and thus a perfect place to wander around with a bike. High and thin logs of eucalyptus trees scattered on mountains along the calm river Douro introduce the region in the middle north of the country. From doable climbs to long stretches of descendings, you will find yourself in fast-changing landscapes with foggy forests and bold rocks. Camping in this friendly landscape is a treasure by itself. You might wonder if there's even a road to cycle, and actually there is, and quite a good one too. With a bit of luck, you might even get a major tailwind and you will fly through this place. The Sahara, in Morocco and Mauritania. It doesn't sound as a place you visit voluntarily, but when you get in touch with the local hospitality, riding here will be a bit more comfortable. Long and dull stretches with empty landscapes often rule the day. Despite what you might think, getting water and food here is not the biggest problem, and cars regularly stop to provide you some. Otherwise, there is a long line of soldier posts along the coast who are happy to welcome a tired cycler and even share their dinner with you, while you can camp next to them, and where you obtain an amazing view over the ocean. As few people live here, as many things you can see here. As second least dense populated country, Namibia offers a lot of wild and pure landscapes that can be discovered from one of the many gravel roads. Between three large tribes, there is the Monument Valley of Africa, called Hardap Terrace, with an eroded landscape that will make you feel very small. As you make progress towards the west, vegetation will be ruled out slowly by the harsh Namib Desert. Here you will find the country's highest mountain called Brandberg, which literally means burning mountain due to its red color. Number 7 on this list is an island half the size of Greater London. Located in the Gulf of Guinea, Sao Tome is a small paradise in Africa. First inhabited by Portuguese, all the people here have adopted their hospitality. The volcanic activity led to a very hilly and fertile landscape, with a high density of beautiful sights, from a volcanic plug to gorgeous waterfalls. Conquer the challenging hills in the humid rainforest and cool off at one of the many deserted golden beaches. Drink fresh water from a stream or jump in one from a cliff. And don't forget to taste one of the specialties of the country, which is coffee and chocolate. Simply a solid combination. Probably the least touristic place in this list, but I will never forget that amazing road I accidentally entered in Sierra Leone. As one of the poorest countries in the world, being here and living like a local as you do on the bike wasn't always easy. But to enjoy a road like this one definitely helped my motivation. In the middle of the underdeveloped rainforest, I found rusty bridges crossing wild rivers, following a narrow path through the lush vegetation. Once, this path hosted a railroad, which even Queen Elizabeth took during her visit in 1961, which makes the route ideal for cycling, as it doesn't contain steep parts. Besides, here you will find a pure Africa, where chiefs invite you in and allow you to sleep in their village, give you a cold bucket shower, and even share their food with you. For number 5, we go back to Europe, to a somewhat more sunny place. Nowadays, more than 300,000 people make their way to the same places I did on this road, better known as the main road to Santiago de Compostela. situated in the north of Spain. There is a vast network of well-maintained scenic routes along colorful fields and mountains. It's not strange if you will feel lost sometimes. But wherever you go, you will find a characteristic old village or city. The climate is very comfortable, even when it's warm. You won't bother too many people if you pitch your tent along the route, as long as you clean up after yourself. Don't visit this place for its great cycle routes, but for its very unique culture. The birthplace of Voodoo, still an official religion in Benin. It's incredibly wacky and interesting at the same time, but here in Benin it's everyday routine. From fetish markets where they sell all kinds of dead animals, to voodoo priests doing rituals to heal your body or to direct your future towards a better path. An amazing trek along a forgotten railroad will bring you to another amazing site in just one day. Genvi, the Venice of Africa, built to escape the hands of white people in the slavery time, and now remains part of a unique lifestyle for people who sometimes never lived on land in their entire life. And from the low water, we go to the high cliffs in Angola. This country itself is perhaps one of the most underrated touristic places, as it offers a huge variety of sites, and like two previous ranked places, there's a Portuguese hospitality. But inside this rough diamond, there's a part that definitely stands out the most, which are the high cliffs in the Lubango region. First, there is Tundavala, where a cliff suddenly drops 1200 meters and grants you a sight of tens of kilometers down the underlying valley. And also here, just a day's ride from another major site, there is Serra da Leba. When the clouds fade away, a dangerously looking road with 6 hairpin bends will take your breath away. Would you take this road? I guess I like mountains very much, as I selected the High Atlas in Morocco on number 2. This time, no flat desert, but the imposing High Atlas range. Morocco truly proves itself to be a fantastic host for cyclers, as they offer splendid landscapes, some amazing food, and locals who seem to have invented friendliness. In the High Atlas Mountains, there live Berber people, and often only speak Arabic or their own language, which rules out communication with talking, but opens opportunities for body language, which is quite funny and effective at the same time. But to wander around on the curly roads in the mountains that brought me up so high that I looked down on the clouds in the valley beneath me was truly mind-blowing. And just before I was forced to get home, I cycled through the most beautiful place of this trip, according to myself, of course. This means that Namibia occupies 2 places in this list, and thus redeems its high expectation I had of this huge country. The Hardap region, in my opinion, was from another level. However, the conditions were tough, with badly corrugated gravel roads and a striking heat. The reward was even better. Before I started my trip, I had idealistic pictures of how my days would look like. But only here, these pictures were the truth. Nature untouched, stately mountains, landscapes that don't grow older, wild animals still free to move around, no people, no cars, being depending on your preparation almost entirely, relying on all of your biking skills as a sixth sense. So this was my personal top 10 list of places I've been at. If you like this video, please like and subscribe, or leave a comment to tell me which country you like the most. I hope you will enjoy my upcoming videos, and I wish you all the best in these strange times.